Your most beautiful thing for the camera. What do we got?
This is the hopes and dreams of many opponents with that Huskar pick. And Newbie, they're not going to let it slip through their reaches this time.
The other thing, too, that I'm thinking about after seeing the opening of Newbie, against heroes like Lion especially, I really like Lycan from Atumba Man. I think that's one of those heroes where he excels in situations.
His Lycan's brilliant.
I mean, his Lycan's amazing, don't get me wrong. He's probably top 2 or top 3 Lycans in the world right now, in my opinion. But when you have that hero against Mirana and Lion, they're not very good when there's hyper-aggression and just being ran at constantly. So Lycan kind of gives you the freedom of, okay, if I get Vlads, we get Roche, we snowball, BKB comes out, and these heroes...
Why would you do it against Liquid, do you think, Phil? Why Newbie bringing it out this game?
It's something that just kind of stunts tempo. So you're in this team fight, and you have a bunch of tracks out if you're Liquid, and all of a sudden, Naga just songs and everybody TPs out. It's like, okay, well, our whole lineup is built on this momentum of like winning a laning phase, getting track kills, running at you, chasing you. Naga Siren ult is like the de facto counter to all of that. It just says, nope, you're not getting any bonus kills, you're not chasing me down. It puts a lot of pressure on Liquid to make sure that their heroes do well in lane, and then they can snowball their advantage and try to take map control as early as possible, because if they don't, against Naga Siren, it's going to be a pretty stressful game. They have very limited catch for the hero. The only thing on Liquid that straight up can just catch out a Naga is Batrider. And then if you don't kill her in the lasso, there's a good chance there's a disengage, or, you know, at some point in the game, Lion and Mirana are going to be pretty hard to deal with. You're going to have Blink Daggers and whatnot, and Ogre Magi can also be very frustrating just because of just the sheer amount of stuns that they have, not to mention Ensnare. So they have a lot of tools to stop Team Liquid from being aggressive.
Alright, Sven is the final pickup here for Newbie. Liquid, how will they respond? Could we see, if you're talking about them trying to force the pressure, something like the Matu Ursa come out and he can just swipe the hell out of them? Is that just not...
I don't know about Ursa this
risky?
Game. Ensnare is really annoying, because even if you get BKB, you're just ensnared. Sven, you know, you can kind of man fight a little bit with God Strength on. There's so many disables on Newbie. Like Sven stun, Ensnare, Ogre stun. If he gets Aghanims, that's 2 stuns. Lion has 2 stuns. Mirana has Arrow. I would not want to play Ursa this game, personally.
So you're still feeling maybe the Matu anti-mage could come out?
Well, against Sven, it's not as good.
Okay. That's just kind of put a halter to that.
Yeah, we'll see, though. I mean, I feel like Newbie kind of have a better draft at the moment, just overall. Because I feel like their game plan, they can choose to fight or they can choose to farm. They don't really have to commit to one style of play. Okay, it's going to be the Morph.
Oh, this is it here, the Matu.
Pretty brutal. You can see, though, like the game plan that Newbie had wasn't necessarily a bad plan. It's just that the execution wasn't quite there. Like Mirana versus Timber, okay, the Mirana probably doesn't win.
Hero as well that is pretty effective against the Elder Titan. Doesn't care too much about the aura,
yes.
And is of course a natural AC carrier.
Natural AC carrier plus BKB, which is extremely good against everything that Liquid have right now.
Liquid still looking for their 2 cores. Fata and Matumba Man, what are we going to be able to see them rock this game? They know the mid lane matchup, potentially. We'll see what they want to do against the DK.
Oh, there's the Lycan, okay.
Against that, get that call of the light with the mana leak.
Super annoying for a Lycan player. But yeah, a little bit of a last-minute adjustment here from Newbie, similar to the first draft that we saw for how was still in play. Whoa! And that's why you call it a last-minute adjustment, right? Because they just pick up Kaka's...
See these guys go up at it again.
Yeah, they were 2 really fun games to watch. I mean, they weren't necessarily super close. This one was probably closer in the beginning than the first game was, excuse me. But chasing him down. But as soon as they killed the Lycan a few times, they buy themselves the time they need to make sure that the rest of the heroes have farm. And KP transitioned very well that game. You could say, game 1, it was a bit rough for him. The Naga wasn't the greatest, but this time around he came in big. He had a tremendous amount of farm, huge damage inside of the team fights. Chuan played a great Lion. Everything really clicked here for Newbie in game 2.
Absolutely. I mean, I kind of lost count of the Newbie had meant that the Tumberman can either get himself right into the crux of the fights or get himself out of it. Newbie were able to deal with the Wolf. And indeed, as the series does end 1-for-1, both teams
run the Timbersaw mostly in the off lane played by MP, so still looks like we're going for the KURO hero. Liquid, this is a...
MVP.
So could be Support Zeus, could be...
Terrific mid game from Liquid.
Liquid have to be very happy with that game. I think they just played very clean. The only reason I waited for MVP to go to them. I think the moment that they that mind control that's a whole new kettle of fish.
Yeah.
Huh. Do you like cooked fish in kettles or something?
Obviously not.
How was that obvious, Toby?
That would have to be a pretty damn big kettle, unless you know.
How is that obvious?
I don't know.
Juggernaut, these are the fast-paced ones that MVP kind of need. Slark is a little bit better for Roche. Oracle, they got the one Roche off of it, maybe one or two false promises that like did something, but most of them were just like that hero had the lowest impact of any hero that game, I think.
That was also because Liquid were headhunting him. It's like you look for Silas is like, I'm going to disappear through everywhere and just.
But I mean, they don't have to take the Earth Spirit now. MVP's not going to throw that into their lineup at the particular moment. But maybe thinking if there was a better substitute. I think the Earth Spirit was really good in this game. There's no Death Prophet, there's no Zeus, so I think PA is actually a fairly good pick here.
Yeah.
We know. And love right there.
A mass murderer. That was wonderful.
It's a really brilliant pick, though, versus the Lifestealer and the Slardar, because you can jump them, but you need MKB if you want to truck through them. I guess there was that one time where they might have gotten a little bit lucky with the hits, but for the most part, you can buy enough time for a lot better than KURO's.
Wow. And the position just felt so much better from MVP. And the initiations, like Liquid tried to do the same thing. Like they looked for the Oracle, and it failed multiple times. And it's like, okay, screw this. We'll just get whatever hero appears first.
They got sucked into that like 3-minute-long Roche fight, though. That was
that was beautiful. Love that.
MP really carried through. I have to give him MVP for the Roche fight control. He just sealed it with those Stormhammers.
A beautiful display from MVP. Of course, they've got more series to come up. They'll be jumping over to stream number 4. We will also
meant to shine. There are so many teams that are performing really well. Liquid and Secret, they just haven't really found their rhythm. Of course, Liquid doing a little bit better and probably expected to be the winners in this series, but we don't really know what we're going to expect here.
Now, we can't exactly crack down Morphling, but...
Oh, yeah. It's been done, but it's not been done a lot this event, and we even got to see, of course, the Aghanim's Morphling. That was, in fact, brought to you by Chinese Dota, not by Liquid or Secret or Western sides.
Well, back at Liquid for the final ban here, Secret looking to pick up what looks like potentially
for RTZ in these team fights. Trying to go in for him first.
How times have changed for Liquid. Pick up Elder Titan Void. That awesome combo we love to see.
Yeah, the cookie cutter combo. Just so easy to get that split going down the Void Chronosphere, of course. So really easy execution for Liquid. The Ogre Magi Mirana, a little bit surprised to see that early. But we have seen Ogre Magi just be extremely good at securing mid lane. I think that's one of his best strengths. It's going to be really good. And if Alchemist gets a Radiance, that's also going to...
But the sad thing is for a team like Liquid, another high prestigious squad coming into this tournament, what a day for them. 0-4.
Super painful. And all they really needed was to win 1 or 2 games, and they wouldn't find themselves in this spot. But right now they are not happy with where they are.
I don't mean to kind of rain more onto what it is that they miss out on, but you're talking like a $200,000 difference making that upper up against, but it is going to be quite the climb.
Tough day for the Finns as we see them here. Jerex and Matuma, man.